we have a point, or pick a point, right? Pick any point that you can actually find the coordinates. This is -1, 5. Let me pick another one. This one here. This is -4, -5. So doesn't matter. X1, Y1. Make this X2, Y2. Let's find the slope. The slope will be positive, right? It has to be positive. So we have m equals -5 minus 5 over x2, which is -4 minus -1. Be careful how you subtract your axis, right? It's minus -1. So we have -10. This is going to be -4 plus 1. Which is 3, -3. So my slope is 10 over 3, right? Just leave that alone. You don't have to change it to a mixed number, right? So we know a negative divided by negative is positive, so just leave it like that. All right, same thing here. Our slope is going to be negative, right? Pick 2 points. Let's pick this guy over here, which is 0, which is 0, 1, 2, 3. Let's pick this point over here. That one looks like 5, 1. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. So we're going to do slope is 1 minus 3 over 5 minus 0. 1 minus 3 is -2, and 5 minus 0 is just 5, and there is our slope, -2 over 5. It's not asking us for the equation of the line, just the slope, so we're good there. 3, as we talked about today, it's undefined. Right? Those of you who are listening, so I'm going to do it anyway. So here, take these 2 points. This is 3 and 3 to the right, 3 up, 3 and 3. And this is 3 and 5. X1, Y1, X2, Y2, doesn't matter, right? So we have 3 minus 5, and then we have 3 minus 3. We have -2 over 0, and -2 over 0 is just 0. Sorry, -2 over 0 is undefined. Okay. This one here is the slope. Well, the slope is equal to 0. Let's make sure. Let's pick 2 points, this one and this one. This one is 0, -1. This one is 5, -1. So slope is, let's make this the x1, y1. Let's make this x2, y2. So slope is -1 minus -1. And then x2 minus 0. And we're going to get on top, -1 minus -1 is -1 plus 1. So that's 0. And 5 minus 0 is just 5. So 0 divided by 5 is 0. So that's it. Seven, find the slope of the line through each of the pair points. So it's the same thing as the previous one, right? Except it doesn't have a graph. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. So I don't get confused. So we're going to have 7 minus 1 over 17 minus 16. And we get 6 over 1. And the slope is 6. For number 9, x1, y1, x2, y2. So we're going to do slope is 17 minus 7, and then at the bottom is -15 minus -16. 17 minus 7 is 10, and -15 plus 16 is just 1. Right, here's our slope, 10. Find the slope and y-intercept. Okay, so again, we have to change this to slope-intercept forms, which is in this format. If you have the equations in this format, very easy to say who the slope is and who the y-intercept is. So we have to do a little work. Let's look at the first one. Y plus 3 equal x. Well, the y's already here, right? So let's get rid of 3 and throw them to the other side. So in order to do that, right, so If I do minus 3 on this side, I can explain to you mathematically why they disappear, because 3 minus 3 is 0. So on the left side, the only thing that's left over is y. But as you know, when you subtract 3 from the left side, you have to subtract 3 from the right side. So x minus 3 is just x minus 3 because you can't subtract those two. And there is our answer. Who's our slope? Well, the slope is this guy here, right? And who is that number in front of the variable x? Well, there's an invisible 1 there, so the slope is 1. And that's my y-intercept, -3. All right, so if you were to graph it, here's -3 at the bottom, right? It's a positive slope. It'd be something that looks like that. 13. -5 minus y equals -3x. All right, same thing. We have to make that look like this, right? Y equals something x minus 5 plus 5, something. So let's get rid of the minus 5 on the left side. To do that, because it's minus 5, I'll do plus 5. That equals to 0, and the only thing left over on the left side is -y. But don't forget, you have to add plus 5 on the other side. So now I have -3x plus 5. Well, that -y doesn't look like this y. To make it easier, I'm going to add a 1 here. Right? There's a 1 there. How do we change that to positive y? Well, we're going to divide this by -1. If I divide this guy by -1, I have to divide all the terms on the other side by -1 as well. -1 divided by -1 is positive, and finally, that's how I get this y over here, right? Now let's do the other two terms. -3 divided by -1 is just 3x, right? Negative divided by negative is positive, and then positive 5 divided by -1 is just -5. Now you can tell me that 3 is the slope, and -5 is my y-intercept. Okay, there's a little work here, yeah, but nothing crazy. 6 minus 2y equals -x. Alright, so same thing. Let's make that look like this. Let's get rid of the 6. It's positive 6, so I do -6. Right? And that will equal to 0, which means the only thing left over on the left side is -2y. Because I subtracted -6 on the left side, I will subtract -6 on the right side. -x minus 6 can't be combined because they're not like terms. Okay. How do I make this -2y look like a y? Well, let's get rid of that -2y by dividing it. -2y divided by -2 is just 1, and 1 times y is just y. Now I got to divide this by -2 and this by -2. -x divided by -2 is just negative divided by negative is a positive, so we end up getting, actually, better yet, let me separate those and write it like this. Half of x, right? And then -6 divided by -2, negative divided by negative is a positive, and we get 3. My slope is a half, and positive 3 is my y-intercept. Okay. All right, 17, same thing, write the equation. Well, 17 and 19, I have the slope. Hang on 1 second. Hello? 나지금 위드로 만들고 있는데 지금 일단 들어와. Okay? Video. Okay, bye. All right, so not that difficult. We have 2 points. Let's find the slope. So this guy is 3 and 3. This guy is 0, -1. All right, so x1, y1, x1, y1. Let's find the slope. Sorry, x2, y2. So we have -1 minus 3, and then 0 minus 3. We know it's going to be positive, so -1 minus 3 is -4. 0 minus 3 is -3. And let's just change the sign. We're going to leave it as 4 over 3, but we're going to leave it as positive 4 over 3. I have everything I need. I have my slope, and I know what my y-intercept here. Look, here's my y-intercept, which is b, and b is -1. So my equation is y equals 4/3 x minus 1. Same thing here, my y-intercept. So again, y equals mx plus b. We know what b is. B here is 1, 2, 3. We just need to find the slope. Let's use these 2 points that are given to us. So this point is 0 and 3, and this one is 2 and 2. x1, y1, x2, y2. So we have slope equals 2 minus 3 over 2 minus 0. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. 2 minus 0 is 2. So our slope is a half. So now that I have my slope, I can come back here and write y equals negative a half x plus 3, right? The slope is coming down, so we know it's negative, and the y-intercept is positive 3. 21. Okay. 21. Y equals x, right off the bat, right? It's proportional. Well, let's go over the process. So let me pick 2 points. Let me pick this point and this point. So we have the point 1, 1 and the point 2, 2. Notice y, the equation is going to be y equals x. Isn't y the same value as x? Anyways, let's do it. So slope, this is x1, y1, and this is x2, y2. So we get 2 minus 1 over 2 minus 1. So slope is just 1. So y equals mx plus b. The slope was 1, right? So we can write y equals 1x. Obviously, we're going to get rid of the 1, but 1x. And what's my y-intercept? This line is crossing the y-axis where? At 0. But 2 things we're going to eliminate. We don't need to write the 1, so we just write x, and we don't need to write plus 0, so we just leave it like that. There's the equation of my line. Sketch the graph, okay? What information do I see here? Well, I know that y-intercept is positive 2. So I have a line that's going to go through this point. It's negative, right? So here's my slope is negative, right? So let me take that. So the slope here, y equals negative 2x plus 2. Remember I told you guys the other day. So let's pull this out. It's negative 2, but we're going to put it over 1 because this negative 2, it's a change in y values, right? So it's that movement up and down, and the 1 is the movement left and right. So I have 1 point. All I need is 1 more. So we're going to go up 2, 1, 2, and we're going to go left 1. Why left? Well, because if I connect these 2 points, this slope goes down. Now, if you decided to go 2 up and 1 right and connect the dots, that slope is no longer negative, it's positive. So that's how you determine. So again, up and down, we're going to go 2 and then, oops, 2, you don't have to mark that, and then 1 left. If you need another point, let's go down 2, but you go right. So again, use a ruler. Here is my y equals negative 2x plus 2. And I should have used this. Okay. Make it a little prettier. There. Okay. Okay, 1/4 x plus 1, so the plus 1 tells me the y-intercept is 1, so that line is going to be, the slope is positive, so it's going to go a line up. It's going to go through this point right here. Pull the slope to the side. The slope is 1/4, right? So again, put an arrow here. Right, up and down, that's the movement up and down, 1 unit, and then left and right, you're going to go 4 to the left or 4 right. So let's go up. If we go up 1, we have to go 4, and we're going to go 4 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just because I want another point, I'm going to go down 1, and instead of right, I'm going to go left. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you connect these 3 points, if you connect these 3 points, there. That's our line, y equals 1/4 x plus 1. Okay, it's much easier coming up with a line once you have all the information. Okay, again, this one, y-intercept is negative 2, so right off the bat, you can put a little dot here. We know this line is negative because the slope is negative, so it's a line going down from left to right. Let me put a slope here, and let me put the slope is 1/3 negative. Up and down, right, changing y value is going to be 1 unit, and then left and right, you're going to go 3. So from our y-intercept, let's go up 1. If we go up 1, we have to go left 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? Let's go up 1 again, and then 1, 2, 3. And that's more than enough to create the line that we want. Here's my line. And the name is y equals negative 1/3 x minus 2. Oh, there's more. All right. All right, it's a good exercise because we haven't done enough of these. Positive 2 is my y-intercept, plus 2 on the y-axis. So there, we have a line, and again, my slope is negative, so from left to right, it's going to come down. So let me pull the slope to the side, negative 3/4. This is your up and down, the rise, and your run, which is change in x values, left and right. So from our y-intercept, let's go up 3. 1, 2, 3, and we have to go left 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, because if we go left and we connect the dots, you get a negative slope, right? If you go up and then you go right, then you would have had a line going up from left to right, and that's not what we want. So let me just get another one. So let me go down here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that just so I can have another point. Connect the dots. It's nice and easy. This is what a line y equals negative 3/4 x plus 2 looks like. 31. Again, another negative slopes, and my y-intercept is negative 1, which is right here. Let me pull that slope to the side here, negative 4/5, right? This is my slope. Up and down, you gotta go 4. Left and right, you gotta go 5. So let's go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're gonna go left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Let me see if I can get another point down here. We're gonna go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then left and right we go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Stretch your line out. Oops. And put an arrow here, put an arrow here, give it a name, y equals negative 4/5 x minus 1. Okay. That was, y equals 2x. This is proportional, so we know it's going to go through the origin, right? So here, there's my one point over here, right? So the slope, let me put the slope, pull the slope, sorry. Let me take that slope here and pull it over here. The slope says 2, but remember it's 2/1. Right? So I make arrows up and down. And this is your movement left and right. So if you want to write, eventually I guess maybe next year your teacher will say rise over run. So from our y-intercept, let's go up 2. And because it's positive, we have to go to the right one. You want another point? Well, go up 2, right one. Go up 2. And just do the reverse if you're going on the other side. So down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1. There. More than enough points to create the line. Connect them. Ta-da. Arrows on both sides, and we're going to give it a name. This is my line, y equals 2x, which is a proportional line. Okay. I think that's it. Don't think there's anything else. I don't think you have to do these ones. I don't think I gave you this one. That's okay. That's it. Very easy.